It's your girl, KV.
And Celine.
And we are back with another episode of the Hood Health Report. Today we have a special guest with us. We have Zaire Love. Hello, Zaire. Welcome to the Hood Health Report.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Hey, y'all.
Hey, girl. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain.
Good. So, of course, we're going to get into some of your films and, how you got there and everything. But we like to start every episode with the guest off with a game of this or that.
Okay.
So, I'll let Celine start us.
Okay, so the first question is very simple. It's just like an icebreaker question. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Okay.
Even though, shout out to my folks, Coffee Black. I love them.
Uh-huh.
We just got from Rwanda and Ethiopia at the end of last year, and so they're trying to make me a coffee person, but I'm a tea person all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, myself, I am also a tea person. I have coffee today, but on a daily, it's mostly tea. I go back and forth. I can't help that. Like, if it's hot, I'm probably going to drink it.
I'm probably like 75% tea person, but every now and then I need a little bit of coffee. But for the most part, I have both at my access at work. I got some tea in the cabinet, then I got a little jug of iced coffee in the fridge because I can't do hot coffee. It does nothing for me. It just doesn't. Even if it's sweetened and stuff, it don't taste right. It has to always be iced coffee for me.
Okay. Yeah, I can do iced coffee more than I can do a hot coffee.
I be trying, but I don't know. I just like everything hot, so I think that's the problem. I don't know.
I feel it.
Next one, HBCU or PWI?
You already know HBCU.
Spelman all day. If you haven't noticed, this is my Spelman sister. Spelman all day.
Yes.
Yeah. HBCU. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but I didn't go to a HBCU, so I do PWI, but I'm very supportive of HBCU, so yeah.
Turn up.
I know. if I go back, I'm gonna probably end up at a HBCU.
Where did you go?
I went to University of Memphis.
Okay, turn up. I mean, low key.
That's what I usually say, but then people start feeling type of way. So hey, it's not, but it feels that way. It's very inclusive. So there we go. And then our next one: documentaries or films.
I like. You mean films by narrative films? So, I'm gonna say I watch more documentaries. Ooh. I'm gonna say documentaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's for watching or making?
Right.
Watching.
You like watching documentaries over films. What about producing? Which one you like making more? Documentaries or films?
Yeah, I feel like I like more making the narrative films now with the scripts, because like a documentary, like you can spend forever like just following the subject, trying to do this, trying to do that, and it's like super spontaneous. It's like you don't like when it's scripted. It's like you got a script, you stick it to it, you can plan it out. It's a 3-day shoot, bam. Documentary, baby, you spending 2-3 years on a documentary that's only lasting you about 17 minutes. So
very true.
Also the narrative allows you to be like super creative. I mean, but I'm creative in my documentaries, but yeah, I like the narrative films.
Okay. And the last this or that, Etto or Slice?
Oh,
You gotta pick.
Which of yours?
hold up. I can't pick one of my babies. It's like, saying
Which one your
like,
favorite
right,
child?
one of my favorite child. Like, who you saving? Baby, I'm saving both of them.
Fair, that's fair.
I know.
So we'll get into both of those a little later on. But first off, tell us about yourself. Who is Zaire Love? how did you get into filmmaking? Did you major in film, or like how did you get here?
Yeah. Okay. So should I just like be looking at y'all? Look here.
Just be natural, however you talk.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm Zaire Love. I am a filmmaker, a music maker, writer, and educator from Memphis, Tennessee. Born and raised, and I came back in 2020 after I graduated from the University of Mississippi, getting my MFA in documentary expression. I've made documentaries, and I am now getting my foot wet in the narrative space, but I've always been a writer. I've always wanted to create stories or write stories that are about the Black South, and that's my mission. It's to honor, to amplify, and to immortalize the stories and voices of the Black South. And so that's what I do in my work, both in documentary and narrative. It feels so weird, like talking about yourself. But yeah, I'm an award-winning filmmaker too. So like, I'm very, very proud of that, you know. And making the type of films that I make, it's just beautiful to know that like Black Southern culture is being honored and being amplified and immortalized. So yeah, that's me.
So what did you major in at Spelman? Did you know you were gonna go into films in undergrad?
Look, I was the most changing my major woman ever.
Definitely like that.
Like, freshman year, I was like education, then I was like history, then I was like sociology, then I was like boom, and that was just like, Zaire, get it together. I said, okay.
Like, do you want to graduate 4 years?
Right. Do you
want to stick to one?
Exactly. I said, okay, let me get it together. But I was taking sociology seriously because it was saying like the study of like cultures. I know that's anthropology, but that's what they were saying about sociology or whatever. But after that first class, I was just like, it's a wrap. And so, I just went over to the drama department, and I was thinking in my mind, I was like, girl, you here on the full ride. Girl, just go get the degree, and then you'll figure it out later. And so I became a drama major or a theater major, just focusing on writing. Yeah, so I didn't know, and at that time I didn't know that I was going to get into film. I thought I was going to be a playwright.
Okay.
Yeah, which I'll still be. Yeah, and do.
So all of that kind of ties in anyway then, the sociology, the film writing. Okay.
Yeah, even the education part, because right now I'm a professor at the University of Mississippi.
Right. So how did that come about? Professor Love.
I know, that's crazy, right? So after I graduated during the pandemic, I took that year to like freelance. At that time, like so many people were calling me like, hey, you know, we have this opportunity and that opportunity to like freelance. And so like I was making like some nice money. So I said, okay, girl. But this opportunity for the Southern Foodways Alliance filmmaker position had come up, and I knew that they was looking at you, girl. So I said, let me go ahead apply. And a part of it is being a professor. And so I applied, I interviewed, I got it. And so for the last 3 years, I've been making films at the Southern Foodways Alliance for the University of Mississippi, and I also teach.
What class do you teach?
I teach a class that I actually created called Multimedia Ideation in the South. And it's basically a course for graduate students like myself, because I went through that program, and it's more of like a cultural studies program, so it's not really like film heavy, but for your thesis you can like make a film, you can make these things. But I already knew coming in that I wanted to study the South, and that when I graduated I wanted folks to feel like I went to film school. So, you know, I just was just like making. And so this course, but like I said, because it's not film school, they don't teach you how to like survive and to brand yourself and to like get a job after school. And so most media audition in the South is that. It's like, okay, we're gonna make a film, we're gonna do a commercial script, we're going to figure out what your personal brand is. You're gonna have to make a website. You're gonna have to do all these things so that once you get out this class, you will have some type of portfolio or some type of experience doing these different things, so that when you get out into the world and somebody asks you what your portfolio is, when people ask you about yourself, you'll be able to, showcase it. Yeah, so that's what that is.
Girl, I want to take this class.
I know. I'm like, how do I sign up? Where's the link? Let us all right.
I got you.
So have you been enjoying being a teacher? Like, do you enjoy the fact that you're actually being able to give your students something that you feel like is important to you?
Yeah. Like I feel like I've wanted to be a teacher since like I was young. So because of that, like this is just like fulfilling like that childhood kind of dream. But also my students, they love me. So it just makes you feel good to know that people, like, just representation matters. So seeing a black woman, a young black woman who like does what she wants to do, i.e. look at my hair, doing what she wants to do, like teaching on a collegiate level, and not only like collegiate, but in grad school. Like I teach grad students, and so I feel like just that representation really matters. And you can just tell that I'm making an impact, or I can tell by their response that I'm making an impact.
Nice.
Beautiful. So this is kind of switching gears a little bit. You talked about it a little bit already, your award-winning short film, documentary, Slice, that you created. Can you tell viewers the message behind it, that short film, and how they can access the film if they wanted to?
Yeah, so film. So Slice is a short film about the black swim culture in Memphis. It's like this underground culture, but if you black, and you from Memphis and you've been at the pool, you've seen people slice it. And basically it is this kind of sideways dive into the pool. And what really makes it special is that these young men, like, they have all of their clothes on, or a lot of clothes on, and socks.
Socks
and
for sure.
Socks are a staple, okay? You gotta have socks. Like, it's wild if you don't, okay? If you come in with swim shoes, it's like, baby, what's going on? You gotta have the socks. And so, that's what really makes it special. Hold on, what was the second part?
It was just more so the message behind it, and then how you can access it if people wanted to watch and support.
Okay, and the message behind it is just like, this is the first film about slicing. And for me, it's just like documenting Black Southern culture. And so I think that's what's also special about it. And the message is for Black men and boys to just have a good time. It's Black boy joy. It is fun. It is brotherhood. Like, you see more laughter and more joking and more like just folks being themselves, more than anything. And it just frees, Black folks up, Black men up to like do that. So I think that's like the message behind it. Right now, it's still in its like festival circuit a little bit, but in July, it has distribution. So it's going to be,
I know, because I can only see like clips of it. It wouldn't let me see the whole. I'm like, how can I see the whole thing?
Yeah,
that's what I said, access. I'm like, I want to access the whole thing.
So in July, you all will be able to see it on a cool little platform. I think at the end of at the end of the film, it talks about slicing being something that's worldwide. So I feel like this distribution channel will allow it to be worldwide. And in July, we're going to have a whole little swim competition. So, holla at your girl.
Nice. So I guess this next question you're not going to answer.
She probably not going to answer.
Favorite film that you created and why? So what about, just speak on, not necessarily your favorite film, but your favorite process of just kind of coming on to a film.
Oh, Okay. Since I've talked about Slice, I'm gonna talk about Etto this time.
Okay.
What I really enjoyed about Etto is being able to collaborate with Black women. I just think it's just really dope to like form a sisterhood as well. Like in addition to like I'm writing these characters, but being able to like hear them voice them and being able to direct in ways was beautiful. But also like the people behind the scenes, which were like my wardrobe designer and like makeup artist and the girl who did the press-ons for the women in the film. It was just like being able to see all of our talents like converge on this one film, on this one project was just like, yo, this is really, really dope. And so that was my favorite. Yeah, I guess it's not my favorite film because, you know, they're my babies.
Right.
But I feel like, yeah, that process was beautiful too. And it was my first narrative film, right? It was my first thing putting together other than documentary. So being able to be like, okay, from day 1 to day 4, well, actually on day 4, from day 1 to day 3, like this is all I need to do to get the product that I need to edit. Great. Instead of 3 years like Slice.
Right. So since we're here, tell us about Etto. What is Etto? What was the inspiration behind Etto?
Yeah, so Etto is about a unapologetically ghetto Black woman navigating the workspace. And she has to really decide between her ghetto piece or her proper paycheck. So it's really about like being unapologetic about who you are and how in this life, in this world, people will ask you to be something that you are not. And you really have to figure out like what's important. It is me and like who I am. Is that more important than like the ideas or the assumptions that people put on you? And that's something that we all have to figure out. We all have to figure out, okay, am I gonna stand 10 toes down in who I am and what I stand for, or am I gonna waver? And like, it's really up to you. So that's what Etto really is about. And if you watch the entire film, you'll see that, you know, she chose herself.
And Etto is very special because you also had an exhibit at Christian Brothers University.
Oh yeah, y'all reminded me.
She attended. She
I came by myself like on a random day up there. I was just like, oh, I want to see.
Okay, turn up.
And I came to what was it the
event,
not the premiere, but like
it was. What do we call it? I don't know what we call it. I think we call it Etto Day.
Okay, I came to Etto Day where you showcased the film. People could walk through the exhibit. You had a Q&A with the 2 main actresses. And we also learned a little Etto dance and played little games and everything. You had out the popcorn. It was just a very nice event.
Thank you.
So it was amazing. It was amazing. I could tell that it really meant it meant a lot to the people, especially because you had this whole exhibit. You know, I was just like, wow, you doing it, girl.
You know, we trying out here. We trying.
And it was just really nice. I truly loved the wall that had all the pictures, had like Gangsta Boo, had Holly Berry on Babs, had like all of the people that, you know, are considered ghetto. All the girls that are considered ghetto, showcasing that. It was a beautiful exhibit.
Thank you. Yes, ghetto girls deserve good things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How did that come to be? How did you get with Christian Brothers to get your own exhibit?
Yeah, the crazy thing is that when I first thought about Etto, I was just like, yo, this deserves to be in like a museum. Like, I would love for it to like be more than like this film. And so I already had like set my intentions, not necessarily on paper, but just in my mind. I was just like, this gotta beat it. And I think in summer of 2023, they actually reached out and was just like, hey, we would love for you to just do a solo exhibition. And I said, well, okay. I'm just gonna make it all about Etto because Slice had already started to get all of this like momentum and stuff like that. And I knew just the subject matter of Etto wasn't as accepted as like what Slice would be. And so I said, well, we just gotta make another strategy so that more people can know about Etto. And so, yeah, that's how it happened. Before I started the exhibition, I didn't necessarily think that I was like a visual artist as far as like
so creative.
This.
I was looking at
the color ponytails in the ceiling. I was like, ooh, okay. We are fully immersed.
Yeah, but it allowed me to like tap into like a taste, you know, a taste level and just a creativity that I didn't quite know. So now, baby, holla at me in the in the fine arts world. So yeah.
So where do you like draw some of your inspiration from? Like, do you have like a certain thing that you consider like a muse or like something that you draw your inspiration from?
Yeah, I would say my inspiration really comes from my granny, Dorothy. I ain't gonna say her whole name. But she talks about my big mama, and they are from a small town in Mississippi. And that's the reason why I actually do like center my work on the Black South, is because so many of her stories are counter to what people say Black people in the South are.
Yeah.
You know, like we slow,
uneducated,
regressive, destitute, you know, all of these things, docile, yes sir, no sir, you feel what I'm saying? And the stories that my granny was telling me about my big mama, I said, well, baby, this sounds like we nucking if we bucking. So which one is true? Is it the story? Is it the history book? Is it the people that I'm talking to, or you know, kind of those things that I'm hearing, or is it what my granny say? And honestly, my granny ain't gonna tell me no lie.
Right. No.
So it must be something. There must be another story. There must be another thing that I gotta flip over and unfold. And as I've been flipping and unfolding, I see that we've been nucking and bucking.
Yeah.
As a people.
Yeah.
You know, we've been really nucking and bucking. And honestly, right now, I'm reading Martin Luther King's Where Do We Go From Here, Chaos or Community. And just in the first chapter, y'all, I've been highlighting, underlining, making notes, and that man has left us gems. I mean, a blueprint to like how we need to move. I feel like we just gotta do our job in like reading and implementing. Same with 12 Million Black Voices by Richard Wright. Reading, implementing. You know what I'm saying? So I know that was a long answer to what you're saying, but really my granny and elders or civil rights folks who I really admire, including Fannie Lou Hamer. This my girl.
Shout out to Grandma Dorothy.
Right, I'm telling you, that's how I feel about my grandma. She gives me like the best life lessons. I feel like it's something about like your grandparents that just, you know, they really have your best interest at heart. So when they're talking to you, it's from a place of wisdom, a place of love, like stuff that you can't learn in a textbook, like you said.
Exactly, and I ain't gonna tell you no lies.
They sure ain't.
They too old.
Right. It's the truth, whether you want to hear it or don't want to hear it.
Right. They like, girl, it's no filter here.
Right.
Yeah.
So next question, what are you currently working on?
Okay. Currently, I'm working on The Revolution Will Be Strange. And I'm super excited about it, y'all. I just, I'm so excited about it. It is about the strangeness of the South and how this Black couple has to become their own kind of strange in order to survive it. And basically, it is almost a mirror to what Black people in the South have had to be. Again, Richard Wright's 12 Million Black Voices, in his first chapter is entitled Our Strange Birth. And I've been doing the Black Southern work for, you know, a couple years, and I was trying to figure out, man, what is this word that really encapsulates what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to do? And when I read it, I was like, oh yeah, it's strange. It's very strange that Black and white folks can sit right here. And we can be in the same room in conversation, but you think I'm lesser than you. that you can hate me in such a way, but you still allow me to clean your house, take care of your kids, cook your food, do the most intimate things with you. You feel what I'm saying? But I can't be with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, who do that to people that they hate? Who do that to people who they just don't feel is worthy?
Right.
You ain't about to touch my groceries.
Yeah.
You ain't about to be in my kitchen. You ain't about to be doing anything. I really don't want that energy, but it's still there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I always find it quite strange. Not on black folks' part, but on white folks' conscience and on their part. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just wild.
I would say I never looked at it like that until you just said it, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, to say it back, it just sounds like it is strange. Like, you really, if you think about it, you don't like us, but you are okay with somebody that you don't like. I would never let nobody I think like me make my food. Cause I just can't take care of my kids. Right.
Take care of my kids. It's like, hold on, this is crazy. I feel like if an alien came down here and we said this, they'd be like, what? Huh? And I'm like, yeah, man. Like, really? You know what I'm saying? And so this really highlights. It's a short film. My narratives are short. One, because of budget, but two, because, well, budget ain't, let me take that back. It's not budget. It's one, because right now, a feature feels like it's gonna take forever. A short, I can go ahead and get my ideas and my thoughts out so that now I see it's in the world and I can do more. You feel what I'm saying? And so The Revolution Will Be Strange really takes one of those ideas of, we can be so close but we can be so far apart, and really diving deep into it. And it merges Afro surrealism and kind of horror in ways in it. So
Ooh, I'm excited.
So where are you in that process?
Oh yeah, well just before we hit record, I was typing up an email to two of the lead actors saying that they got the role. So right now I'm just casting it. I already have the main one of the main characters. Her name is Constance Swain. She's a Spelman sister.
Yeah.
I be looking out for my sisters. But she's so talented. She's such a talented actress. And I'm just excited to bring it to life. Goodness. Yeah. So I'm working on costuming, working with my DP, because I won't be shooting it. He's gonna shoot it, just to make sure that I can tend to the direction of the film, because when this thing hit,
You want it to hit.
It's gonna hit. Yeah.
So do you have a work-life motto, or a motto that you use in everyday life? Something that you usually say or live by?
Feel it in your soul, and my God, feel it in your chest. And for me, it's more keeping it real. For me, it's more of a poetic way of saying keeping it real, feel it in your soul and feel it in your chest. And if you ain't feeling it in your soul and feeling it in your chest, baby, you might want to get up from that table. Yeah.
Might want to reconsider.
Might want to reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. Yeah.
He was great. So you have quite a number of accomplishments under your belt. Is there any in particular that truly stand out to you, or any goals that you hope to achieve?
Okay, like I said, I'm so not used to being in this
front of the camera.
Yeah. But I feel like one of the awards that I've gotten that really means a lot to me, all of them really mean a lot, but my award from Urban World Film Festival, really, that was the award that made me cry. Because maybe the week before, I had been in Indie Memphis, and I had won both the narrative and documentary categories, which was nobody has ever done this. So there's like
History.
historic, and I'm just like, oh, okay, turn up. I was on a high then, but I was on a flight from New Orleans to DC because we were about to go to Ethiopia, and I get off the plane. And my phone just lighting up. I'm in New Orleans because I'm at the New Orleans Film Festival. And there was also the Urban World Festival going on in New York. But I was like, okay, I ain't never been to NOLA, and they say that the festival fire, so I'm going to go. And I have 2 films in there. Well, I get off the plane, I'm getting my stuff off the thing. I'm like, all right, phone blowing up with some emails. So I look. And I said, Urban World, what the Urban World emailing me for? So I go, I sit down, and it's like, congratulations, Slice has won, best documentary short. And y'all, I was in that airport bawling. I mean, ugly crying. I'm like, I don't care. It was just like, you know what? I don't really care because God is good. One, because Urban World is like one of those top, black film festivals, urban film festivals, and it really holds weight. And the people in my category, I saw those films. I'm like, one of them was like an ESPN film too, so I was just like, oh, okay, just to be in the number. Yeah. I was good. I was just like, just to get into Urban World, like I don't won, right? But to see that I won,
yeah, that took it to another level.
I said, y'all better stop playing with me. Y'all better stop playing with me. So yeah, that was an award that I really was just like, yo, it just made me feel like, Z, keep doing what you're doing. Like, there's a whole lot of no's in this line of work.
Yeah.
Get way more no's than I ever get a yes. But when I get that yes, I'm making every no bow down to it, okay? And so that's how we move. But yeah, the Urban World joint is like, top tier for me.
Okay, nice. So we've heard you mention Ethiopia a couple times. So what were you doing in Ethiopia?
Oh yeah, so my family, they have become my family. Coffee Black, it is a Black-owned, family-owned coffee, not only like a coffee shop, but just coffee company. They roast their own coffee, they're making different blends, educating folks about how coffee comes from Africa.
Okay. Yeah, you got me. I know.
Coffee comes from Africa, and Ethiopia has such a rich coffee culture, very, very much so ancient. And so they tapped me to document that time over there. So we was over there for about a good 2 weeks. Going to coffee farms, seeing the different, just folks make coffee, drink coffee, consume coffee, just all of it, like the whole process. It's crazy. Coffee is not a bean, even though we think, like, in my mind, I was like, it's a coffee bean. No, it's actually like a fruit. And the coffee, quote unquote, bean or seed, it's a seed of a fruit. And they have to do all this processing and washing process and like deshelling and like sitting and drying it, and it's like a whole process to get this kind of coffee. And so that's what I was doing. And so actually next weekend in Chicago, we're going to be premiering the first kind of installment or episode of this documentary series.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So coffee is not a bean. Learn me something, because I just was like,
I'm over here in class learning all kind of stuff.
I was like, learn me something too. I was just like, whoa. And like, y'all, to think about, like, even it's this jebana. It's like how they like pour coffee. I mean, it's basically a device in how you like pour coffee. Like, it's really ancient. And very much so a big part of their culture, in Ethiopia. And I was just thinking, like, dang, we really come from a people that's great. Like
Everything.
It's like we really do. And it's crazy how, you know, the dominant culture has such a, has made it so difficult, or not even difficult, what am I trying to say, Zaire? Have worked so hard for us to not understand where we come from. Even if it's not the country of Ethiopia, but we got some bloodline in that thing that we come from a people who do this. You feel what I'm saying? Who do this. And the things that y'all like are learning in science and stuff like this is just ancient wisdom passed down. And now that you can back it up with science, now you coming up with it and flipping it and reversing it and making it like it's yours. As we understand like a lot of the hipster kind of culture in coffee. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole thing. Don't get me to talking, because baby, I will go down the rabbit hole.
But that's true though. Like they try to take everything and make it fair. Yeah. So to know that, because I think we always hear about like what Colombian Colombian coffee. So I would have, just assumed
somewhere in South America.
It's over there.
Way over.
It's over there in the motherland with all of the resources and natural resources that, and even in Rwanda, y'all, Rwanda is like Wakanda.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I said, baby, take me over here. Like, please drop me over here. Like, this is fire. Like, it just feels like a rainforest. It feels like so lush and beautiful. And it looks like the United States in a lot of places. Really nice. Really nice.
Yeah.
So another off-script question that you kind of fueled in my head. What other collaborations have you done or do you have coming up as far as assisting other businesses or people in, documenting some things that they're doing? You have anything else going on?
Well, I'll just say, because, I like to shout out my peoples and my friends, but Taliba Safia is an artist here, and just in general, she's amazing. So we just did some visualizers for her film Black Magic that have been kind of like snippets have been released on her, social and stuff like that. But we're going to actually release that whole visualizer very, very soon, and I must say it's fire. It is fire. But
one of her songs was in Etto, right?
Oh, yeah. 10 Toes Down.
Yeah, it was moving the people. That scene and that song, it was moving the people for real.
Yes, you'll see that I really like to collaborate with my people, with folks. Yeah, so that's one of the things. But after like a week or so from now, like I'm really just focused on Strange, so I won't necessarily be really in collaboration until that thing get done.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your own baby too.
Right? Yes.
And then lastly, do you have any words of encouragement for other filmmakers and creators that are breaking into the industry?
Yeah, be yourself. And I think that's just life advice. Life advice is like, for what we know, this is the only reality that we live in right now. Whether you believe in an afterlife or whatever, you got to live this one first.
Yeah.
And what I know to be true is that people are fickle. One day they like it, one day they don't. Then the next day they like it again, then the next day they counter. And so if you are basing your life off of the fickleness of others, baby, you always gonna be in limbo.
Yeah.
You always gonna be in limbo. So make sure that you're doing and living your life for you, because at the end of the day, when you pass away, people gonna go to their repast. They gonna eat that chicken, them green beans, that roll, that piece of pound cake, and they gonna scurry themselves on out there.
Yeah.
Okay, while you somewhere else. All right. So you better go ahead and live your life like it's golden. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But that and that also translates to the film world, and that like when it's something different, people are always gonna be like, well, let me see. But when they see that it's fire, they're gonna wanna be a part of it. But also, in that being different, make sure it's excellent. Because a lot of people really depend on, like, I just want to be different. I want to be different. But is different good? Is different excellent? Because if it ain't, then like, what's the point of it being different?
Like, took shots at half the rappers out there.
Somebody's gonna be mad. Somebody's sitting at home like, okay, let me just click out of this. She's too close to home.
But it's serious. It's just like, man, like, it's gotta be excellent. I look at some, again, documentaries like Lil Rich. I love Lil Richard. But Lil Richard kind of got his swag from somebody else. Esplanada or something like that. But cut it out.
That's off the record.
That's off the record. But no, like Lil Richard came in there, you know, with his like little pompadour, you know, his suits, and he got his makeup on, and he pop. It's different. People are like, whoa. But that thing was good. Make you want to, you know, move or something. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I just feel like for just life advice and for, like, filmmakers in general, like, make your stuff, you know, move by the beat of your own drum. Make sure that you're on fire. And you'll begin to see that you won't have to do a whole lot of chasing. Folks gonna be like, I like what you doing.
Attract to you.
And they come to you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great advice. Like, even if you're not a filmmaker, I feel like that's just great life advice.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. This has been a very informative, inspirational interview. Let's clap it up for that. So we've definitely, you know, want to hear more about Strange when that drops, and make sure you give us the information once Slice is available. We'll make sure we do a little post about that so people can watch that. And just thanks for being here. Thanks for coming.
Thank y'all.
Before we completely wrap, give everybody your socials, give everybody your website, any of your information, so that way they can look into all your stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna look straight here. Okay, I'm Zaire Love. You can find me all over the internet at Zaire Love, ZAIRELOVE. My website is ZaireLove.com, and on Instagram it is Zaire Love Junt. Okay, Zaire Love Junt. That is what I categorize my films as, a Zaire Love Junt.
All right, we love to see it.
So this is a wrap for this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You can follow us on Instagram, which is Hood Health Report, as well as Facebook and Twitter, Hood Health Pod.
We also have a TikTok page now, Hood Health Report. Follow us there.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All of the links will be in the descriptions and the bios for you to click on.
Tap, like, comment, do it all.
Subscribe, all of the things. Share it with a friend.
Yes.
Share it on your social media.
If you have a TikTok, make a little video, send it.
Let us know you're out there watching, guys. All right, that's it for this episode. Bye.